Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. Welcome to another Sunday night edition of the Sideband Net here on the UHF frequency 446.125. I'll be your host tonight, VA3IMW. My name is Mike Alpha Charlie, and I'm situated here on the West Mountain, peering down over the greater city. But nonetheless, we won't hold things up. We'll take a quick standby for any time sensitive or mobile stations. Okay, we're all sensitive and we're all somewhat mobile. I think we're orbiting the sun at something like 26,000 miles an hour. So, and the Earth is rotating at some unknown speed. That makes us all very mobile in the galactic sense. With that, I'll take check-ins from anybody anywhere. Welcome to the Sunday night 70 centimeter sideband net.
Keep your hands and feet inside the planet at all times. VA3IMWUHF.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie, Juliet, Zulu.
All righty. So we've got 3 stations heard from so far. Wade, you doubled with MNON, and you actually came a little bit stronger. So I've got you in the log first. So we've got Wade, MNON, and Charles, and we'll take check-ins from everybody else thereafter. And we got a internet log in from VE3 KDT. So welcome Noel to the sideband net. Starting off with Wade, VA3NCA. Go ahead.
VA3IMW, VA3NCA. Good evening, Mac, and good evening all on that. I managed to make it to the radio for the sideband, so happy about that. Otherwise,
You know, Wade, ever since you took that new position, you've got less radio time, and anyways, I trust all that is going well for you.
Oh yeah, it's going pretty well. This was self-inflicted tonight. I have a thing that I was supposed to fill out and I never did, and then I realized it. So I've been working on that a little bit, and we had a little bit of a late dinner. So, but yeah, all in all, it's busier, but that's fine. It's interesting work. So I guess there's that to fall back on. But happy to be able to check in here and as many of these as I can get to. I'm looking forward to that spring equinox get together. That's going to be a lot of fun. Back to you.
Absolutely. Yep. And I think even Dave and Garnett are going to try to get up there and meet with us as well. Speaking of which, I did have a quick chat with Dave earlier today. So if Chris comes in, definitely have a good opportunity for some assistance with the radio bulbs that he wants to replace on his aging ICOM radio. So Dave is up for that, and it's right in his wheelhouse. Anyways, Wade, looking forward to warmer weather and all the rest of that good stuff. But I am not sure whatsoever what the weather forecast holds for us for the 22nd of March. But goodness knows it's going to be nicer than it was on December 21st, both noise-wise and temperature-wise. I'm sure it won't be minus 8 degrees.
Yeah, hope not, and hope the noise is at bay and the winter weather is at bay. I hope and trust that it will be. Thanks for doing it again there, Mac. I'm going to listen along on the YouTube as well to try and pick up MNON. I think I'll have a better reception from him on that mode. But anyways, thanks again. VA3NCA back to net control.
Okay, Wade, thanks very much. And you can see that Your signal incoming was peaking at times just slightly over S5. So good job there. Let's not keep Emnon waiting. VE3AJF, good evening.
Good evening, Mac, and all that VA3IMW. I'm not. I'm getting a little confused here because I'm listening to. I did hear Wade, but on YouTube here, but not through the air though. And I'm getting confused because of the delay in the system, which shows I can't do two things at the same time. Anyway, Mac, signals on you are not as good as they were last time. You only give me about an S2 to an S3. I did hear Chuck in there. He was also weaker, but perfectly readable. And no traffic this time. Back to you, V3IMW.
All right. Thanks for following on along on YouTube. And you can see that your signal kind of peaked at an S1. Other than that, your audio was flawless. Certainly appreciate your check-in tonight. And we'll see what we can do to check in with our friends in the, I guess they're divorced from the ACS group. What's up with that? The Simplex 70 centimeter net is a standalone item now. What's going on?
I'm not really sure, Mac. I don't get involved in politics too much. I just drift along with the tide.
Oh, it's one of those things. Okay, very good. I guess we'll hopefully it all gets amalgamated into the Vaughn Club. Their what do they call that? Oh goodness gracious. Anyways, yeah, the one further north. Those guys seem to get along with each other fairly well. Anyways, thanks, Emnon. Certainly appreciate the check-in, and we'll listen for you on 446-025 at 9 o'clock on FM Simplex. All right, let's move over to Charles, VA3CJZ. Go ahead.
Hey, good evening there, Mac, and all on net. First of all, Wade, our first check-in there, he seemed to be a little bit louder. Of course, there's no signal over here, but I can hear him just fine. But his first transmission was louder than his second one. And so it kind of faded, I guess. Amnon was pretty steady the whole way through. His transmission, fully readable, again, no signal. But, and you're peaking at about an S9, the peak that I saw over here. So good job with that. And I must say, I just realized, because we're 1 hour ahead, the sunset is now closer to 7:30 p.m., which is really nice. And so all we need is warm weather to go along with that, and we'll be all set. Back to you.
But that means you also have to start cutting grass and doing all the other stuff. Anyways, yeah, nice to see. I think the sunset tonight was like something like 7:18. But yeah, on the downside, for those of us who are get up and go early in the morning, that jump an hour ahead means we're going to be getting up in the dark all over again. So that's going to be interesting. And of course, this is my opportunity to again remind everybody, if you're out and about tomorrow, just remember that you're going to be moving around with other people that are just as disoriented as you are due to the time change and the impact on the circadian clock. Anyways, the thing that makes your mind figure out what time it really is and where you should be. Like I should still be in bed. All right, Charles, very good. Let's see, we've also got Larry checking in on YouTube, VE3LBI. Thanks for your check-in as well. All right, anything else, Charles, before we carry on?
Yeah, no, it's good to see a few people following along now. not everyone has sideband capabilities on UHF VHF, so that was a good idea to start broadcasting the YouTube stream there. Maybe when you're doing the net on the ZOE repeater, you could do like RPAD used to do, and occasionally check some stations on reverse. And so we'll be able to see that on the screen as well. Just a suggestion. But other than that, thanks for doing the net, Mac. I'll send it back to you and listen along.
Appreciate the feedback there, Chuck, and absolutely we'll push that magic button a little more frequently. Very good. And let's see who else is standing in the wings. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Sunday night 70 centimeter sideband net, looking for some further check-ins.
Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Tango.
November Foxtrot Golf.
Okay, that's 3 stations heard from. I got you, Mike and Albert and Steve. We'll take them in that order. Yep, go ahead, Mike.
Roger. And maybe you can post a link on WhatsApp as to where the YouTube is nowadays, and then we can follow on YouTube for anybody that we cannot hear with our Mickey Mouse stations there. You know.
The simple way to go is to put in my call sign in the YouTube search engine, and the red box live stream will come up near the top, and that's where you're going to find us.
Okay. See what I can do.
All right, very good. Thanks for your check-in, Mike. And while you're poking around there, we'll bounce on over to our really loud station, VA3 Bravo Tango. Do it quietly.
Okay. Good evening, Mac, and everybody on frequency there. I almost forgot about this net, and then, this hour change, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so who did I get here? I've got Wade, first on the list here. Well, yourself, you're 30 plus. Wade came, you know what? He was bouncing from 1 to nothing, but I could hear him no problem. Amnon, I got no signal on him. I could hear him in there, but I was struggling for some reason there to pull him through. So I had to get him on the preamp there, kick that in so I could hear him. Chuck, he was coming in a solid 8, and Mike at 0, and we'll get Steve on the next round there. Other than that, not too much to report. Didn't do a whole lot of radio this weekend. Just had other stuff to do around the place here. But anyways, we'll hand it back over to you there, Mac. VA3BT.
All right. Well, 30 over S9 is something we share in common. So thanks for having that Campbell's soup can tied firmly to the fence. And I trust the week in front of us is flawless for traffic. Usually traffic is a little bit lighter during the March break. So hopefully all the parents that aren't going to work for some reason will get out of our way. Roger?
Yeah, that should be interesting tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes.
All right, very good. And let's pop over and say hello to Steve, VA3 and FG.
VA3IMW, VA3NFG in the Mobile. How you doing, Mac, and everybody on that? Mac, I got you at a S9. Albert, S9. Wade, between 0 and S1, but strong audio. And Chuck, I've got you between S9 and S9 plus. Amnon, I got no copy on you, but I did hear your audio. Other than that, that's the report I got there, Mac.
All right, very good. And as everybody can see on the screen, you're a solid S9 from your mobile setup there. And obviously, you still have some additional work to do to get the home base station set up and operating, but sounds like you've made some really good progress in the last few days. Anyways, looks like our chat is just lighting up. Thanks for everybody checking in on the live stream. I think we got 8 in there right now. So if you want to subscribe and like, it's all good for helping us out with this live stream. So it's non-monetary. I'm not getting rich on this one, that's for sure. I'm sure Charles can um, confirm that YouTube is not a way to get rich. That's for sure. Anyways, I see that Mike has also found us on the live stream, and Albert as well. Okay, thanks for checking in there. What's your schedule for this week? A lot of downtime, or are you balls to the walls for work? Going back to work. That's for you, Steve.
Oh, sorry there, Matt. Thought you were talking to Albert there. I got Thursday off. That's the only day off I got this week. And yeah, I'm making some progress there on the ham chat desk. So got all my edges already edged, and just in thought of how I'm going to attach it to the top side of the desk without having to pre-drill or drill through the nice new laminate. So yeah, it's supposed to be really nice this week. I wouldn't mind getting out sometime, either before or after work. It won't be tomorrow, I don't think. But you never know. You never know until you open the back door there and take a nice whiff of the fresh air and the spring scents from the trees thawing out, and all the other good seasonal change stuff. So yeah, we'll have to play it by ear there, Mac.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it seems that we have too many technological gadgets at our disposal, and sometimes our motivation gets quelled. I was actually thinking about going to a couple of parks today, and I opened up the Space Weather app and found out that we had a KP index of 6 and a little bit more. So things were really noisy, and the what is it? The sunspot number was down at 140, so it would have meant that bands were really noisy, and signal propagation would have been extremely low. So I stayed at home and had another cup of coffee. Anyways, certainly appreciate your check-in tonight, Steve, and yeah, we'll keep an ear for you on Thursday when you've got some time. All right, this is Victor Alpha 3 Indy Mike Whiskey, standing by for any further check-ins. All right, nothing heard. So on the YouTube stream, I'm going to say that we've got VE3LBI and VE3 Kilo Delta. Yeah, anyways, it's Noel. So that's the two guys that we've got there that are checking in on YouTube that are not able to say hello to us on Sideband. So with that, we'll take a quick trip down through the top of the list for our RF check-ins, for signal reports, and anything else you'd like to share as we approach springtime. Wade, you're at the top of the list.
Thanks for that, Mac. You know what? I think I got everybody that I normally get on RF. but I wasn't paying attention because I was distracted by listening along on the YouTube channel. But that's all very good because I was able to pick everybody up that way. So, but I don't recall having any issues with anybody on the air today. Although there was a little QSB, you did notice some fading going on throughout, but nothing too severe. With that, I'll pass it back to you. Thanks for running it again, and look forward to the next one. VA3NC, back to net control.
Okay, thanks very much, Wade. Next up on the list is Victor Echo 3, Alpha Juliet Foxtrot, VE3HAF.
Yes, back still here. Yeah, that signal report, as I said, you were going in about an S3 you're picking at. Chat was also hard, flicking the S1 once in a while, but good audio. Albert was giving soft on the audio, no signal, but readable. Of course, Wade was not readable at all, no copy at all. Mike was no copy at all. Steve was a tough copy, I could hear, but tough copy. And I was going to ask you, what do I do at this end so you can see me as being on YouTube?
On the YouTube side, there's the chat function. So if you want to use that, that's easy. But somewhere on that screen, there should be a like or subscribe button. And that will help you with some notifications when I open up the live streams for various activities.
But when you look at your screen, can you see me as logged in?
No, actually, I don't. I'm sure there's somewhere that I probably could. But right now I see 7 active observers and 4 likes. So on the right hand side of my screen, I see a bunch of chat going on, and that's where everybody who's logged in can see each other.
Okay, I'm going to have to work on that. I'm not used to this. Back to you, Mike, 73.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Amnon. Certainly appreciate you joining us. And VA3CJZ, you're next up.
All right, very good, Mac. As for Amnon, yeah, I think as soon as you chat something into the chat box there, your name, whatever your YouTube account name is, it'll come up, and that's how we can see who is on. Other than that.
Okay, Victor Alpha 3, India, Mike Whiskey. Perhaps the YouTube stream just came back in time for us to close the net. Thank you, one and all, for checking with us tonight. Mark, special mention to you. Looking forward to seeing you on the 22nd of March, as well as everybody else. Any other comments, check-ins, any little ticklers that we get for YouTube?
The text is kind of the truth. We're just not getting any video.
Oh, it should be live now.
Should be, but all I'm looking at is a swirling circle. I get seasick.
All right, go and take a couple of Gravol. 7 threes, one and all. Sorry about the performance on YouTube tonight, but looks like it's back on stream just in time to turn it off. 7 threes will be back on here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. to welcome Charles to host the Oopsie Net on the ZOE repeater at 7 p.m. 7 threes, one and all.
Good night, Mac.